What's going on? It's Gan and Mo. Truth be told, we've been slacking a little bit. We have covered just a tip of so many financial topics that we enjoy that we actually forgot to cover one of the most fundamental principles in the world of making money. You know, the other day I told Mo, if we don't cover this topic, I'm done. I'm walking away because we're a finance healthcare channel. We have to talk about this one topic. And surely, Mo just couldn't resist my sad eyes and agreed.
Gan is right, but it wasn't those puppy eyes that convinced me. It was discussing financial planning for healthcare professionals, a very dynamic and unforgiving discipline. The money issues of high-income earning professionals straight out of school or training are very different than those of professionals nearing retirement. Also, physicians have very unique risk management needs and liability protection needs. And for doctors who run their own private practice, their business needs and their money issues are very similar to the ones of small business owners.
We have dived deeply and thoroughly into the concept of student loan debt and will continue to do so because we all know that being student loan debt free is the way to go. But what about managing all that money that's going to cross into your bank account pretty soon? That can actually be very tricky. Now, there is a ton of information out there regarding what credit card is the best one to get on that particular day, or what high interest bearing savings account is providing you, well, with the highest interest. But without proper money management skills, say hello to being poor. And nobody wants to be Dr. Poor.
Napoleon Hill once said, "The man who does more than he is paid for will one day be paid for more than he does." And that is relevant towards healthcare professionals. But for those of us who want to enjoy their wealth along the way, there are certain steps that must be taken to manage our finances. Time is ticking, and the stresses of being a healthcare professional don't ever seem to go away. Do not delay mapping out a financial game plan. Despite their high income potential, young physicians and healthcare providers still face money challenges. Massive student loan debt along with day-to-day expenses could be very cumbersome.
Money management includes savings, tax planning, investing, preparing for large purchases, and making smart financial decisions along the way, including what type of medical practice do you want to work for and for how long. Medical professionals need to hit the ground running regarding their finances. That's why there's so many articles, videos, and books to help them along the way.
Learning about money isn't hard. I mean, we made it this far, haven't we? But it is not easy. And why? Because many of us are looking for that pot of gold, the magic ticket to billionaire row. And we get suckered into different marketing schemes that come our way. And we follow the wrong people and listen to the wrong information.
Sit down, pen and paper, or your laptop, and map out your financial plan, short-term and long-term. Me and Mo do this on a regular. That way we can stay on top of our budget. Mo uses his little iPhone and I use my Excel spreadsheet. That way we know where our money is going and where it's not going and who's spending what. The earlier you plan, the better of chances you have of having a strong financial future, especially early on in your career, where your expenses may be minimal and not overly complicated. For instance, you want to lay out your rent, your car, your student loan, childcare for those of you who have kids. Lay it all out now. That way, as you add on layers in the future, you don't get overburdened with all these expenses.
And if you want to get into investing early, start by setting up an emergency fund through a high interest savings account or a Roth IRA. That way, you're able to limit your expenses and cut out any money fat. Regardless, there are certain money habits you need to start implementing today, if not yesterday.
Always prioritize savings over spending your money. And invest in simple retirement plans early on in your career, such as your employer's 401k or a Roth IRA. And thirdly, always keep a close eye on your finances.
Without these three money habits, you are playing a loser's game.
Map out cash flow. Cash flow and budgeting are two very different things. Budgeting involves keeping track of your finances with the idea of paying yourself first, what we like to call reverse budgeting. And that basically entails making investing and savings a priority through using your disposable income, and the rest is meant for spending, such as bills, entertainment, etc.
Cash flow is a different beast. Managing cash flow takes into consideration all the sources of income coming in and all the sources of income coming out. with focus on short-term and long-term financial planning. Cash flow will give you a more comprehensive picture of your finances. You're going to be able to control and understand how your money operates, where it comes from, where it goes, and that way you're going to have your money on a tighter leash.
Calculating cash flow is simple. It basically entails income at the beginning of the period, i.e. month, plus income producers, such as things that are going to be giving you some positive cash flow during that time, minus income outflows, things that you're spending money on. And that's going to equal your total income at the end of that period, i.e. month. Map out your ideal financial plan. In the novel Think and Grow Rich, one of our favorite books, Napoleon Hill asks us to write down our ideal financial plan and repeat it to ourselves every day. In his terms, he basically tells us, set a definitive goal in mind and watch how quickly the rest of the world steps aside and lets you pass. That way, as you write out your financial plan for the future of your financial well-being, ask yourself these 3 fundamental questions first.
Are you financially independent? Is financial independence something that you want and seek? Are you willing to sacrifice now for a better future? If the answer is yes, and we hope it is, start taking action now. Start saving 15 to 20% of your post-taxable income.
Answering these 3 fundamental questions in the beginning and starting the process of saving and investing allows us to deal with the concept of money psychology. Money can truly consume us, and as healthcare professionals, we focus so much of our time on patients and on our work that we actually don't do some smart decisions outside of work, especially regarding our finances. That way, as we answer these questions, we're able to better prepare ourselves for the unknown, especially regarding our finances, and have a good plan ahead.
Start mapping out how much money you need to save before going on that next vacation or requesting your next time off. Start planning ahead. Are you saving for something in the short term or long term? And start being aware of any big financial plans that might be coming up, like buying a car or your next house. Money issues can destroy your life. Start taking ownership of your money attitude. Buy appropriate financial planning. That way you address your money issues first, aka you eat the frog first.
Now, we understand the concept of live like a resident, and I still practice that to this day, especially throughout my fellowship. But a lot of stuff out there is geared towards fixing bad habits fast, and that's not what all this is about. Like saving little pennies here and there on your grocery bill and saving on small ticket items. This isn't what this is about. This is about appropriate money management. Now, me and Mo, we have sacrificed a lot of our 20s and a majority of our 30s. We don't take vacations, we don't go on shopping sprees, and we don't go to fancy dinners. But we understand that all that sacrifice has allowed us to move forward towards our financial goals. But extreme deprivation is also not a good thing.
Saving on small ticket items will contribute a small amount to your overall net worth, in comparison to the major benefits you're going to be getting and the net worth you're going to be building by contributing to your tax advantage accounts. As such, it's important to loosen up that purse every once in a while and splurge and enjoy life here and there. Budgeting, financial planning, paying off student loans, investing, focusing on your career along with continuing education. There is so much on our plate as healthcare professionals, from the workplace to the outside. But do not let your financial goals fall to the wayside.
Now grab that paper and let's go. Let us know your financial plan in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to scroll that mouse while you're working on that Excel spreadsheet over that like button, gingerly tap it, and we'll see you next time.